Hey guys, it's Train Bulk here. Hope my fan in the background here isn't too loud for the video, but uh, decided to start looking into today finally. Believe it or not, I have not looked into the Tremor Interactable at all since it got patched in until today. And I asked the Smoke group chat on Twitter what they thought about it, and the general consensus was it's ass and it's useless, right? So upon experimentation with it, because I had that opinion too, I don't think so. I think this is actually a pretty good buff, especially as far as it concerns Smoke and Tremor as a team. So let's look at how this actually works, because they didn't really break down the combat cast how this move really works. So it is a summon, but it's a very fast one, as you can see, right? So you can do a couple things from this. First, you can jump from it by hitting Cameo again after it's out. Right? Now, obviously, you're locked out of doing anything else with Tremor in this state. So that's important to remember. The other thing about it is that you could toss it like a clone toss. And as you can see, it's big plus. It's hugely plus. Even if it's point blank, it's plus 12, right? So every character in the game jails their jab out of this. You can't armor, you can't do anything after this, right? So that's interesting. What's also interesting is that it's plus 12 regardless of flawless blocking, right? So they can't even do that to negate whatever situation you put them in. So the other important part about the rock or the interactable is that it is cancelable in of itself. So you can do this immediately into the rock throw. You can do it immediately into the vault, whatever you want. You can even cancel it to special moves, by the way. So, like, it takes some practice, but it's very interesting in that regard. So, what does this do for Smoke as far as, like, what he's able to do with it? Well, obviously, having the first thing I guess should be explained is that this interactable, while it's on, Tremor is invincible. He cannot be hit to be put on cooldown, and neither can you. If you get hit, it stays, right? So, as you can see, it lasts for about until he's about to recover the amount of cameo bar spent. So, you know, from halfway, you're looking at like 3/4 of the bar recovers when it goes away, which is fine. So what this allows Smoke to do, first of all, is in matches where he's being chased, he could use this to just like constantly, while running away, keep throwing this like plus on block projectile at you. And as you can see, you can do this back to back fairly quickly, right? It does a good chunk of damage. Let me see how much does it do again. Yeah, it does 5%. It's plus, you know, I wonder how plus is from out here. Yeah, it's plus 1 billion on block, no matter where it's thrown from, and it's very hard to jump over because of the angle. As you can see, it arcs and it's hovering in that perfect jump or standing sweet spot. So this is very hard to deal with, right? I would say there are going to be characters that can use this to complement their zoning and to make zoning a little better in this game because of this. So the other use for it, of course, is you get a super jump, right? So you have a close, medium, and a far super jump, as you can see here. So this is big for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is going to surprise you. I bet no one has figured this out yet because what I'm about to show you makes 0 sense, right? First reason is that you can use this in block strings. So let's say you're cornered. Well, you can do, you know, hold on, like this, and you're out of the dodge, right? They have to react like immediately. And then if you want to keep your pressure going, you can rock throw, right? So now, of course, you can set it up and leave it out, and then you get even better jailing strings to the rock throw, right? So obviously that is clearly good on the surface, right? But there is a weird ass use for this move that a lot of you don't know about that makes absolutely zero sense.
Smoke. Johnny Cage. Tremor.
That I'm about to show here. I guess I'll use Johnny Tremor since that seems to be the meta right now.
The tea house.
So I know we don't really look at the details in the menus, right? Because they don't really do a good job of like illustrating those things, correct? So I just want to point something out here. So it doesn't say anything here. Crystalline only, and then all it says is what it does, right? What if I told you this is an invincible reversal and wake-up attack, including the follow-ups? I know you think I'm joking. You're thinking, nah, Trini, there's no way. That makes zero fucking sense. Look at this. So, if your opponent has a gap in their offense, you can use this. Hold on. To get out of dodge. Right? So if you're cornered and your opponent does anything with a gap, you can get out. Now there are some gaps in this game that are so like... They're so negative that you can literally punish for them, right? So like, let me show an example. I think Scorpions 214 was something I found today that did this.
Smoke. Johnny Cage.
So the way I would almost describe this is it almost functions like, if you're familiar with the KOF games in Fatal Fury, it's kind of like a spot dodge. So, a lot of Scorpions, they like to do 2-1-4, and then they like to armor to disrespect you, try and take a turn back, right? So first, put myself on Crystalline. Okay. I mean, they lose their turn, right? You're not getting a punish, per se, but they're losing their turn. And then on top of that, you get to fuck with them, right? Because you can, you know, do the command jump immediately. Like this, right? You can choose how far you want to jump. You can make the, like, this in terms of Smoke. I've always said he was a runaway character that capitalizes on opportunities. Well, this helps his runaway, obviously, right? Like, he just gets to do whatever the fuck he wants, right? Like, even if I don't want to commit to the jump, I can do shit like that. I can do shit like that, right? It's like you have a free fan lift almost. Now, I haven't found anything cool that you can do with this because the jump in itself is not an ambush. It is a command, it's just a very fast one. So, I'll show that here. So, because I won't be able to cancel, as you can see, it's a special cancel. It's not like Katana fan lift with Chameleon, right? Now you'll notice using this jump off of doesn't take any cameo meter, and neither does throwing it. The throw is also free, right? So I did some matches today in ranked, and the utility of this against like certain characters you don't want to like close to you, like Kenshi, is absurd. Like, you can literally just keep tossing this while you're doing your other smoke shit, trying to run away and bait them into doing something stupid, and it adds up, right? And you're in crystalline anyway, which means that whenever you do get like a solid whiff punish, you're getting your highest damage conversions because of this, right? So you have access to your highest damage starters. You have this runaway thing that you can do. And, yeah, I don't know. Like, I already played this team this way, where I always started from crystalline outward, right? But this, like, this makes the case for doing so more compelling, and obviously, right? I think it should be obvious. Now, unfortunately, haven't been able to find anything like any cool combo extensions or anything like that. You're mostly going to use this, I think, if you plant it to have pressure or whatever. And it also kind of goes to my point about setting this up, because this is also very easy to set up, right? So if I'm in Aftershock, I can do a combo like this. Have plenty of time to set it up. And now I have my rock to do whatever the fuck I want with, right? Very, very interesting addition to this cameo. I like it that it's there. Like, I love Tremors' cameo to begin with. And, yeah, this made him more so my favorite. So not only, though, not only is this a, invincible reversal, it's an invincible wake-up attack. So what does this mean? I have a feeling we're gonna test this live. I'm gonna make a bet with you, okay? Okay, chat. I'm gonna make a bet with you. I bet that this wake up allows you to full combo punish safe jumps. Who wants to take a bet? I'm just curious. So let's see. Cameo doesn't really matter. I'll just go with Tremor again.
The tea house.
Okay. So we're gonna put ourselves in the corner. Close. And we're gonna set up this. So I'm gonna record the Johnny Cage. He's gonna do a nut punch and do a safe jump, right? The classic Johnny Cage shit that they do all the time off every knockdown. Wait a minute, what the fuck is the nut punch again? I don't play this kid. I changed it to 1. That's interesting. Okay. Like that. So let's see what happens. I bet this will punish the safe jump.
Money shot.
Well, let's record that again. You know, let's just make sure that. Right, that's kind of what they do. Is they just like they jump as soon as they can. I think that's what the safe jump timing is. So let's put ourselves in that again. You can avoid the safe jump and do whatever you want. Right, you can get out of the corner. Bro. Let's make double sure, right? Let's see. I'll just use like a very basic combos and up punch. I'll play Johnny. Hold on. Hold on. I don't play this character. Like that. Hold on. I find that wrong. Too late. Let me see something here real quick. Okay, so if they do the perfect safe jump, they can beat you. But the thing is, Johnny's safe jump has to be manually timed, right? Like you can't auto dial it in. So there is a chance you could fraud out and be like, well, you know, whatever, I'm just going to do, you know, whatever I want. Now, the other thing about it is even if they safe jump you, right, and they always do it by jump kick, right? So let's look at the frame data on a blocked deep jump kick in this game, right? Like a safe jump kick. So it's probably hitting you like this, right? It's plus 12. And usually they just do, at this point, they just do you at 4-3. Like that. So I'm actually gonna set this dummy to do this. So I don't play this character obviously, so it's like see? If they go to jail immediately, you're getting out of the corner. Immediately. This is really good. You know, I mean, it's not perfect, right? Not perfect, but it's something. I mean, this might even help you against, like, Sub-Zero, for example. Possibly Smoke's worst matchup in the whole game. So, let's take a look together. Let's see. Sub-Zero. Then, I don't know, Chameleon, because they're all terrorists, right? We're gonna make a video about the Sub-Zero community here soon. So, Smoke has a problem against this character, and it's one of the reasons why the matchup sucks for him, that he cannot punish subs gaps at all. So, like, forward 1-2, or is it forward 1-2-3? So, Sub, for example, he can cover this with an ambush. So, like, for example, I know people don't think that people play these kind of teams. There's like Sub-Jax, right? Where he can cover every one of his gaps against Smoke by just having Jax do the grab, because he comes in and grabs you after your armor's already expired, right? And Sub gets the full combo you for trying to take advantage of his gaps of Smoke. You know, you can obviously pick, like, other cameos that suit their needs, like Kano knives, like, Charged Sonya ring, things like that. But there's a general problem in that there's a lot of his gaps that, like, can't really be reliably punished, or you're risking your life by trying to punish them. It's like the same thing for this string right here. They can use like this one is using Chameleon, right? If they're on Katana, they can literally see you armor the gap and fan lift themselves out and punish you for it, right? So you're kind of in need of possibly something safer than what they're giving you here, right? So let's go back to forward 1-2-3. Put ourselves on Crystalline. As you can see, on. This guy hard to time. Right? Can run away from sub. I mean, there's other like key gaps and stuff you could look at for this. I wish I owned Havoc. I'll need to buy Havoc so I can show something else off in regards to that. But to me, this seems like pretty huge. At least in my opinion, it seems like it's pretty huge. There's a lot of characters in this game that are not perfect. You know, they have gaps in this game. I am curious if the invincibility from this might even trigger on things that are not supposed to be able to be gotten out of. So let's look at that too. Because, right, there are strings in this game where there's room to, like, trade out or poke or something, but you can't armor out, right? So let's look at sectors back 3-4, I think it is, to the double O. Yeah, okay. But still, this is really useful overall. It helps you with smoke. You can run away even more. You can run away better than you could before. You have all the utility that comes from having Tremors, a cameo in the first place. I mean, I am kind of failing to see here, like, what about this cameo could possibly be, like, not his best cameo at this point. Now, I am playing Striker a lot lately. And Striker, for the way I like to play, might be better. But I think objectively, we're at the point now where, like, there's no argument. This is his best cameo. If you're not using Tremor or Smoke, you probably don't want to win. And it's to the point where I wonder now, because of this buff, because you get a really good projectile, because you get this kind of almost flash parry type thing that allows you to super jump away from people. I am sort of stuck wondering there's even any point in using anything else. We might not need to have more than one cameo in our pocket anymore on a tournament level to play this character, which I do think you did have to before. You definitely had to, like, switch between using at least, like, Sector or maybe Sub for a few zoning matchups and stuff. But this move might complete the cameo in the team in such a way that you don't need to do anything else. But hard to say too. But I don't know. I'm curious what you guys might think about this. I actually would be very curious to know what you guys think about this. Let's test one more thing as an example. Because Shao is taking off in the tier list right now for, like, 100% justified reason, right? I wonder if you can flash parry and punish on reaction with the Crag generation his axe drop on block if he tries to do it. I gotta find what the string is. So forward. Okay. So we're gonna do like forward 1-1-2 into axe drop. Wait, what is it? Is it not the... That was a Deathquake. No, Power Strike, okay. Wait a minute. So let's see what happens if he tries to axe drop here. It punishes on hit, bro. It punishes on hit. Punishes on hit, bro. That's insane. What if he does the low, right? That makes you up, right? He thinks you're gonna up block it. Okay, it doesn't quite work, right? But you actually are taking reduced damage from it too, though. You're avoiding the launch. Because you usually get launched here, right? But this fucks up the launch for them. Tremor, as you can see, doesn't even go on cooldown because he's not technically hittable. during the interactable state. Yeah, this is clearly like a useful move. There's one other thing I want to look at before I call it here as far as talking about this. There's another use I'm wondering about, use case where this would really help out. And that is against Baraka.
Baraka, Tremor, Kano, the tea house.
So, we all know this classic move right here. Let's set the W to block just so it doesn't fuck anything up here. Right, walk up, chop chop, or you know, string the chop chop, whatever. The point is chop chop. Now, why is this potentially matter? It's because you're gonna find this crazy, right? Say you want to take, I gotta take this one hit for this, right? It's because if you get up and you get your turn and you push him back towards the rock, jumping off the rock in and of itself is also an invincible reversal. Now, this is going to be a hard situation to demonstrate, so I think what I'm going to have to do is set it up myself. So hold on, let me... Okay, I'm just doing those 5 jabs so I can set this up. Fuck. Okay, maybe not. I thought maybe you could. I thought I did this before. Let me see if I can toss the rock. Nah. Okay, never mind. So just the setup is invincible, but still, I think the utility of this for future purposes should be relatively obvious. There are other characters that are obviously going to be helped by this. But obviously this is a smoke channel, right? That's all I care about. But... yeah, I think that this is a really good buff. It added some cool utility to him that will certainly make it easier to play with him. I am only, you know, I only have one gripe, and I know there's no way they can do anything about this because of the way it works. The thing you do have to keep in mind is, if this is out, can't forward throw. And like I said, it's not an ambush, so you can't cancel out of it either. So, that's kind of lame. But besides that, I mean, bro. Like, even if you have it set up here, immediate off your throw anyway, right? Like, you can back throw them. You get some, like, I'll set up a combo, right? Walk up, throw. That is like a perfect meeting. Almost. I don't think it'll be like an armor wake up or something like that. Let's see. Yeah. I don't think it'll be an armor meaty, but I mean, we could try. Oh, I didn't set it up properly. Hold on. Wake up. Yeah. You can do something like that. Look at that. Look at that shit. So you can't do that, but you could literally jump over it, right? So you think the Baraka is going to wake up armor. Just do the shallow jump, full combo punch, right? So I really like this move, actually. I'm going to keep working with it to see what I can do with it, but yeah. Tremors still undisputed top 1 cameo for this character by a mile. Sector and Striker might be better in niche ways, but I do think if there's one team where you could play nothing but this team and get wins, right? You can just main a team. I think this is what you should be switching to. Even if you play Sector, who's very good and has his own benefits that really help Smoke's game plan, all you're giving up by giving up Sector are throw combos. But you get everything else that Sector gives you with Tremor now, right? Because the cooldown on the ambushes is faster, so you can do that shit even more. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's crazy. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think about this. I'm actually pretty interested to see where this could be taken. There are definitely going to be other characters, though, who are going to be able to, like, fuck you up with this, right? People are really downplaying, like, Reiko, for example. Him doing the jump off the Interactible in the instant command throw, that shit is real as fuck, dude. That I play against Reikos who set that up and do that. It is unreactable between that and him mid-checky with a safe mid, bro. You can't, like, it's a true 50-50 when he has that up. And with Smoke, I mean, like I should, you can set this up off, like, every knockdown in the book you have. Because, you turn these off for now. Because, like, let's say you jump 1-1-2 as your combo ender. It's plus 44. This recovers in, like, 32 frames. Because the way this is technically working is, it says startup 33, but it's not 33 frames startup. It's starting up because the startup is considered when the Interactable is on the field. So after 1-1-2, you have, you know, what is that? Yeah, it'd be 12 frames of knockdown advantage still. Of course, you can do it off of, you know, this set up right in front of them. In the corner. Okay, this is the real shit. In the corner, you do something like this, do 3-2-3-2, jump 3-4-4, interactable call, right? And you force them to have to take the most fucked up situation I've ever seen in this game. At least as far as Smoke goes. Oh, I'm being stupid. Guys, yeah, like, let me show this. Yeah, there's like combos and shit you can do with this. Like, it's pretty crazy. So, I think that at the very least, this move needs to be explored more, but like, even just the fact it comes out so fast, especially the toss, and that, like, they just can't armor. Like, as you can see, if you do your jab, they have to take that. They just have to take it. They don't really have much of a choice. Now, there is another thing to this, obviously, is using this as like an ambush call, right? So there is that to consider also, right? So if someone blocks a string from you, you can go, you know, let's see, this is going to take some execution I have to work out. right? And then you got it set up, and then you can run away potentially or whatever, right? Very, very powerful move for smoke, in my opinion. Gives you crazy, like, extended pressure. It allows you to escape the corner because you know what they say about smoke players. All we do is run away all game, and now we can run away even better than we could before. You know? You can either do that, or, you know, you can go... Hold on. Or, you know, fuck you, I'm getting out of the corner. Very, very good change for this character. Really insane change, to be honest. I am rather surprised that they put a move like this in the game, because if there's anything that's going to help you play defense in this game, it's going to be this, for sure. I mean, even aside from everything else, you're going to be able to wake up into this with the ambush, right? You're going to be able to block on wake up, summon this, and then that will help you set up something to get out of the corner, because you'll have a rock behind you, and then you'll be able to just leap out as soon as you get your turn back, right? Like, people aren't going to be able to react to down one leap. I don't think you're going to see people reacting to this, right? And for reference, here's that out of the corner, right? No one's catching you doing that. No one. So, yeah, that's my thoughts about the Tremor Interactable. Might be a pretty underrated move in the launch run. I'm gonna go back to playing Tremor for a while. I've been on nothing but Striker the last week, but just for research purposes. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say about this for now. I'll let you know if I find anything more with this move or this setup, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching as always. Appreciate you.